Hi, this is Tracy. I'm the Executive Director at Florida Wildlife Hospital, and this is Ben. He is our maintenance tech, and we are here to talk about Giving Tuesday and why we really need a new workshop. So Ben, why do we need a new workshop?
Well, to give a quick synopsis maybe of our responsibilities in maintenance, we do building maintenance, which is plumbing, HVAC, electrical. We have to inspect the buildings also. We've also got equipment. We've got a zero-turn mower. We've got 2 push mowers and several weed eaters and blowers. And of course, we've got these enclosures around here that we've got to maintain, which most of them are made out of wood. And so why we need a shop is because we've got power tools, we've got miter saws, we've got table saws that we use all the time, but we have no place to store them. Currently they're stored in a little shed, which you've got to walk over, grab the saw, walk it over to a table 20 feet away, and hook it up to an extension cord to use it.
That one.
If you need another saw, trade the miter saw for the table saw, you've got to put the miter saw away and then you can put the table saw up there. You can't use both of them at the same time.
And those are outside in the weather, right?
Yeah,
so
they are.
You can't do that when it's raining.
We can, but it's not a good idea. We're out there. We do have access to better tools. We have a donor that wants to give us some really fine woodworking tools, but I have no place to put them right now. And all our construction has to be done pretty much outdoors on the grass. And we build doors, we build nesting boxes, we do alterations and modifications to the enclosures, and all that's got to be done usually on the grass, or we have to set up a table to do that outside, which takes more time to do that also. I also can't store material. If I want to buy something for a future project, so I'll have it on hand and I'm ready to start, I have no place to store it. When we store concrete, which we have to put inside, if I've got extra, I've got to put it in the shop, which just makes less room in an already cramped shop. It's under a roof, but it's subject to the wind, and here in Florida, the wind is carrying salt. So it does tend to we do have problems with rust and all that. But that's why we need a new shop. Tracy, why would that help the animals?
Well, that is an excellent question, but the animals need these pre-release enclosures. That's where they get their strength back. Some of them need to learn skills. They need to be in these outdoor pre-release enclosures, and if they're broken down, if they're unsafe, the animals have to wait inside for their turn to get basically into the actual rehab part of our rehabilitation facility. So they're waiting longer, which means we have to feed them longer, we have to keep them in captivity longer. The sooner they can get back out, the better. And if they're having to wait for enclosures to get repaired, that is really adding to their stay. We also need the animals, the enclosures to be safe for the animals to not escape and for predators not to get into the enclosures. So that's why it's so important to help you help us.
Because sometimes I'm making repairs to something that you need. And I'm not very efficient because I don't have a shop.
And we're going, Ben, hurry up, get this thing done. Exactly.
So I want to show you why we need a new shop for the Florida Wildlife Hospital. If you'll pan over to your left, Lindsay, over there, that's one of our storage areas where we keep screen, we keep chain link fence, we keep ladders, we keep sawhorses. As you can see, to get to one thing, I've got to dig through several other things to do that. This is where our work area is in here, and so you can see I pretty much stacked up everything on top of everything, and we try and keep a lot of things because we never know when we're going to need to use something, so I don't like to throw things away. Most of my tools are piled into a big old pile, but one of the biggest problems that we've got is I stack everything on top of everything, and in order to get to something, I have to move it. And a good example of that is if I'm doing an electrical repair on a golf cart that we own and I need some electrical connectors, I've got to take the chisels off of here, I've got to take the washers off of here, and I've got to take the Forstner bits off of here. And then I can get to we also do some repairs, as Lindsay walked around our washing machine here, which we do repair those. We have the capability to do it, but of course it's in the way. And we've got an air conditioner here that we want to replace, and you can see I throw it in here, but it's stacked amongst all the other stuff that I have with my job board up here, which I typically usually can't get to because I've got tools and equipment standing in the way of that. So it actually is labor for me to go update my labor all the time. And that's why we need a bigger shop.